Google gives us Calendly-like appointment booking pages. Flipgrid adds a bunch of updates to the mobile app, plus lets anyone record videos without needing a topic or a group. And Quizizz adds audio and video responses and other features. And Microsoft rolls out OneNote Live Captions with translations to almost all users. Welcome in episode 4 of the EdTech News Brief. I'm your host, Jake Miller. This is the show where, as the title says, I tell you about EdTech news and I keep it brief. And by brief, I mean clear, concise, and just what you need to know. Nothing more, nothing less. This is episode 4. It's April 27th, or at least it is when I'm recording this, and I've got some EdTech news to share with you today. Before I get started, I'd like to remind you that these episodes are available both as a podcast and as a YouTube video. I record them simultaneously and then add the screenshots, screencasts, and other visuals to the YouTube version and pull the audio out, obviously, for the podcast version. So if you'd like to see what we're talking about, tune in there on YouTube. If you'd like to hear it on the go while on your treadmill or driving in the car or folding laundry or whatever you might be doing, tune into the podcast. Also, someone suggested in the survey that I make a transcript of the show available. Well, YouTube provides just that, so if you'd like to see a transcript of what we say, check it out in YouTube. A reminder, at the end of the show, I'll tell you how to get to the launch survey so that you can fill it out and enter to win one of the 25 plus awesome prizes that are available. You've got until the end of the day on Saturday, April 30th to complete that form. Listen or watch all of the way to the end so that you can find out how to enter. Google Calendar has had appointment slots for as long as I can remember, but they've always been a bit clumsy, and maybe that's an understatement. They've been really clumsy. They only worked well from within your own domain, so for your coworkers and students to schedule appointments with you, and the experience for the person scheduling them with you was unclear at best. They had to look at them within a regular calendar view. Now, though, you can create booking pages that are reminiscent of tools like Calendly and You Can Book Me. And if you've never used one of those tools, the user who's trying to book schedule something with the person goes to what looks like a regular web page that has a vision of a calendar and some available slots, and you can click on them and select the one that you want, and you don't have to see it in that weird calendar view that you did with appointment slots in Google Calendar in the past. Now, those appointment slots are still there, but now we could use it with these booking pages as well. This is super handy, not just for the people in your organization to have a more kind of user-friendly vision of it, but also for people outside of your domain, like parents scheduling parent-teacher conferences, for example. And they're much clearer for all parties, not just the person scheduling it, but for you, the person creating the events. You could set up the slots to appear during certain blocks of time and to automatically remove slots that coincide with existing calendar events, keeping you from getting double booked. So you could say, I'm available all through my workday, and then when you have meetings scheduled or classes or whatever it might be, it automatically takes away those slots from your calendar. You can also associate a special form with the slots that asks the person to provide you with some information, their name, the purpose of the meeting, things like that. And you could set it to automatically generate Google Meet links for the appointments or not. This is available in all education accounts, Fundamentals, Standard, Plus, and the Teaching and Learning Upgrade. It's not available, however, in some of the non-education accounts, though, so you're probably not going to see it in your Gmail account, but you will see it in your Google for Education account, regardless of whether it's one of the free ones or one of the paid ones. Back in the day, I lived on a dead end and often let my yard go an extra week before mowing it. Now we live on a circle in the center of our neighborhood, and we always mow it promptly. Well, maybe not always, but we try to mow it promptly. That's because our yard now has an audience that it didn't have before. The same can be true for your students' work with today's sponsor, Book Creator. From school starters learning to write to school leavers thinking big, Book Creator gives any child of any ability an easy and intuitive way to best express themselves and to share their learning. The joy of becoming an author and sharing work beyond the classroom is incredibly motivating for learners, just like it is for lawnmowers, I guess. Seriously, don't be surprised if kids work on their books outside of school time. 98% of Book Creator using teachers say Book Creator has made a positive impact on their teaching. Teachers love that they are empowered to create their own differentiated resources in any subject area with a tool that is easy to integrate and simple to use. Try it for yourself and create a free account today at app.bookcreator.com. And stay tuned to the end of the show because Book Creator is actually one of the prizes available in the launch survey contest. Similar to the previous topic about Google Calendar appointment slots going from being clunky to functional with the addition of a booking page, Flipgrid's mobile app has been making strides on its journey to being a relevant app to have on your mobile device. Recently, they announced a handful of updates to the app. I have to say, before, the app was kind of just a shortcut to the website version of Flipgrid on mobile because the app didn't do a whole lot on its own, but they're really improving it a lot, and they have a handful of different updates that they've added now. First, they have added push notifications for when people comment on your videos, when there are new responses in groups that you lead, and when new topics are added to those groups. Next, instead of clicking links to Flipgrid videos or groups or topics and having them open in your browser and being like, why do I even have this app if they're going to open in my browser? You can now choose to open them in the app. Also, for dark mode fans, they've now added different appearances, including dark mode. Those are the new ones, but I'll also throw in that a few months back, Flipgrid added an activity feed that helps you see what has happened since you last opened the app. This includes things like new members joining your group, new requests to join your groups, and new responses. So you can see those not just in the push notifications, but in this activity feed within the app as well. And the biggest one that came out a couple months ago was the ability to now create videos outside of a group or a topic and share them anywhere. So if you want to record a video and send it to friends or family or colleagues across multiple platforms, you may want to consider using Flipgrid because it'll be up on their server with a simple link, and you just send that link out. Your viewers can click on it and view it. Plus, as you know, the Flipgrid camera is pretty fantastic and has a lot of amazing features in there, including screen recording. Just click that Snapchat-like circle at the bottom of the screen and start recording. You can also do that on the web version on your computer by clicking the camera button in the top right. And this works for students too. And of course, I normally like to say if things are free or paid and available to everybody, well, Flipgrid is free for all. So obviously this one is a free feature. Quizizz has added a handful of features as well. Let's start with the free one. Good news first, right? They've added longitudinal growth reports to all of their plans. If you have your courses linked in Quizizz through Google Classroom or Schoology or Canvas, or if you just created classes within Quizizz itself, you'll be able to see a class's scores throughout the school year and each student's scores throughout the school year as well. It's not standard by standard or topic by topic or anything like that, but you'll be able to see peaks, valleys, and some general trends for your whole class or for specific students. Now, on to the additions to the paid plan. So again, these are paid features. Quizizz is now giving users on the Quizizz school and district plans, so not the super plan, which is the individual paid plan, so just the Quizizz school and district plan, now have the ability to tag their questions to state standards and then be able to look at data relating to specific standards. So really nice for standard-based grading and things like that, but again, that is school and district plans only. Finally, they have also added audio and video responses for both the Quizizz Super, which is the paid individual plan, and the school and district plan as well. So now you can ask questions and have students respond with audio or videos. World language teachers everywhere rejoice. You can now hear or see your students speaking in your target language. And of course, this is valuable in other content areas as well, many other curricular areas. Plus, it's a great UDL feature, so we can now hear from our students who maybe aren't as comfortable writing responses. The responses can be between 5 and 120 seconds long. You could then access those recordings in the report screen where you normally access their scores. The recordings will now be there too with a play button. Also, a quick note, you can't download the audio or video from Quizizz to use elsewhere. You can only play it within Quizizz. Back in the summer of 2020, Microsoft announced OneNote Live Captions and the ability to utilize Microsoft Translator to see those live captions translated into many different languages. Back then, though, it was in private beta testing, but now it's available on all platforms in the free Microsoft Education plans, except for on OneNote Desktop. So before this rolled out, you could generate a Microsoft Translator code, which you could do on the web or in an app, and your students could then type in those codes to see live captions of what you were saying and have those live captions translated into more than 60 different languages, which is amazing. Now, with this feature in OneNote Live Captions, the students can type those codes into Microsoft OneNote, and then right alongside where they're taking their notes, they see a transcript of what you are saying, and it can be translated into more than 60 different languages. So they're really getting that Microsoft Translator right inside of the Microsoft OneNote window so that they are seeing the transcript translated into their language, and they're taking notes right beside it. It's combining the two different tools within one window. So again, that Microsoft Translator has been around for a few years for live translations, and OneNote has been around for a while, but now it's putting them together, creating this great UDL feature. Either they're getting live captions, which will help many students, or they're getting live translated captions, which will help your English language learners as well. They can even pause and highlight those live captions and come back to what they've highlighted later. Plus, a copy of that transcript is automatically saved for them to return to later. And again, those highlights are within that transcript if they highlighted while they were watching. This is, as I said, available for free in OneNote on all platforms except for OneNote Desktop. Next up, some clarifications and corrections from last week's episode. In the segment about updates to Seesaw, I kind of misframed a couple different things. First, I said that students were now prevented from unlocking objects that teachers placed on the screen in activities. I think, if I'm understanding this correctly now, I think I was incorrect then. The change is that now students are not prompted to unlock things. It's not as directly obvious that they can unlock the things that you lock. It's possible, but they have to do it with intention and aren't likely to do it on accident, which was the main problem. Students accidentally or unintentionally, at least, unlocking things or not doing it with intention and then kind of messing up the activities. Now they're not prompted to do those things. It takes a little bit more poking around for them to unlock those things. And if I'm wrong again, or if now I'm wrong and I was right before, let me know. Similarly, I may have implied that students would be unable to reorder activity pages. In reality, again, if I'm understanding this correctly, Seesaw has just made it so that it's not likely to do this by accident when scrolling. Before, when students scrolled with their finger through the pages in an activity, they might accidentally drag a page to a different location. Now they can still reorder them. It's just not likely to happen when they're dragging like that. So it's not likely to happen accidentally, but if they, for some reason, do need to reorder pages, it is possible for them to do that. Okay, so today's the last time I'm going to mention this. You've listened or watched this far, so if you don't now complete the survey and enter to win, you are crazy. Just head over to jakemiller.net/contest survey to fill it out. That is, if it's before April 30th at the end of the evening. After that point, the contest is over. But seriously, if you've come this far and it's before 11:59 p.m. on April 30th, why not enter to win one of these prizes? Seriously, 1 year of Book Raiders 1000 book plan, a blue snowball mic, and 1 year of Moat Unlimited, 1 year of the Screencastify Unlimited pack with both or each edit and record and submit unlimited plans, 2 more winners of 1 year of Moat Unlimited, 2 winners of OkioCam T webcams, a school subscription to WeVideo for the rest of this school year, a 1 year subscription to GimKit Pro, a 1 year subscription to Screencast-O-Matic Premiere, a Shake Up Learning All Access PD Pass, enrollment in all of the DitchStat textbook courses, 1 year of Pear Deck Premium, a signed copy of Educational Duct Tape, a signed copy of the Microsoft Teams Playbook by Jenny Long and Salih Clark, 3 winners of 1 year of Classroom Q, 5 winners of the Interactive Class by Kristen and Joe Merrill, 5 winners of my infamous GIF or GIF stickers, whichever you pick, 5 winners of some Flipgrid swag, a winner of some Edpuzzle swag, and a winner of some Screencastify swag. That is more than 25 different people that will be winning, and you could be one of those people. Just go to jakemiller.net/contest survey. Fill out the survey, click the link, and then fill out the prize entry to actually be entered to win the prize. That's it. 1 entry per person. I don't care if you have multiple email addresses. It's still just you. You're still just one person. Don't go using your maiden name and then your married name and tricking me. 1 entry per person. You have until the end of the night on Saturday, April 30th, and then next week I will select the winners. After you're done with that, if you've got some energy, I would love if you told your friends about the show. And finally, the way that I'll cap off every episode is with a dad joke. Here's today, in honor of what we're having for dinner in the Miller household tonight. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. Get it? Impasta? Thanks for listening to today's episode. I will most likely be back next Wednesday or so, and I really hope that you will be too. And I'd really appreciate it if you rate, review, and share this episode. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon.